Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our 2023 SMTX event. I'm excited to have you all here as our team showcases all of the hard work they put in every day to provide programs, services, and events that benefit all of you who call our great city home. This is my first opportunity to introduce an SMTX event as city manager. As I've taken on this new role, it's been important to me to build leadership and our team that's invested in serving all members of our community. That includes some of the most recent additions to the team: Planning and Development Services Director, Amanda Hernandez; Sean Condor, the Director of Engineering and CIP; Finance Director, John Locke; and Director of Parks and Recreation, Jamie Lee Case. We can do a little. Each of them have a heart for service and bring valuable experience and expertise to their roles, and I'm looking forward to continuing the progress we've made over the last year. There's no doubt that San Marcos is growing, and our team is committed to moving the organization forward in a way that highlights and preserves our rich culture, history, and diversity as we shape the city for future generations. To do that, we're prioritizing collaboration and communication between our organization and the community. I truly believe we have an organization full of exceptional staff that will create a positive future for all of our community, and I want to make sure that we take a moment to thank all of them for their dedication and recognize the team that's here with us tonight to show off all the hard work that they've been doing. Again, I'm gonna do a round of applause to recognize them. So without further ado, I know what everybody's here for is to listen to our mayor, Mayor Houston, talk about the state of the city. So I'd like to introduce her. She's going to share with all of you some of the highlights over the past year. Mayor Houston is a native of San Marcos and is dedicated to serving our community. She has been elected as the leader for a total of 15 years, first as council member, and now in her third term as mayor. She also serves on numerous boards, committees, and commissions focused on local issues, including the 10 County Capital Area Council of Governments, where she serves as chair and representing us in 2020. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Houston to the stage.
Thank you, Stephanie. And good evening. I'm here to celebrate with you the dedication of many people, organizations, and businesses that make San Marcos a wonderful place. I want to recognize my council colleagues, who not all are here: Mayor Pro Tem Mark Gleason, Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Elisa Garza, and council members Sal Gonzalez, Shane Scott, Jude Prather, and I know Matthew Mendoza is here. There he is. I also want to recognize the city's executive team. Stephanie just spoke with you, and I am so pleased that she is our city manager. Y'all have heard me say I've known her for a long time, always exceptional in anything that she did. So I'm very, very pleased. She will lead us with an emphasis on public service through teamwork, innovation, and professionalism, alongside her assistant city managers, Chase Stapp, Joe Pantalian, and Laurie Moyer. I also appreciate all of the city employees. People tell me I'm doing a good job of running the city, and I say, oh, no. We got over 700 employees. They're the ones that are taking care of everything and making sure everything works properly. So I want to thank the city employees, so you can thank each other. Our community and the communities that surround us continue to experience considerable growth. This year, the Planning and Zoning Commission will review and make recommendations on the new comprehensive plan. Actually, they're doing that right now. Their meeting is tonight, entitled Vision SMTX, and after that, it will be up for council adoption. This plan will guide decision-making as our city grows. The Planning and Development Services Department has worked on this project for almost 3 years, going to great lengths to ensure the plan is inclusive of all of the community's needs. Meeting the community's needs requires listening to the people who call San Marcos home. As you're about to hear, community engagement and partnerships have been a major focus throughout this past year.
Our goal with the Vision SMTX comprehensive plan is to create a shared future that addresses needs and embraces our community's history, diversity, character, and culture. With that in mind, we've worked hard to give everyone a space to provide their suggestions at public meetings, neighborhood get-togethers, and events such as the Downtown Farmers Market. We're pleased with how involved our community has been throughout the process. Now we're looking forward to continued input as we work to complete additional area plans in the next year that will focus on long-term visions for downtown San Marcos and nearly half a dozen neighborhoods. The plans we're creating will help San Marcos manage the significant growth expected in the future. As a department, Planning and Development Services is also looking at other ways to address the impacts of growth, especially when it comes to housing in our community. This past year, the City of San Marcos was one of 9 cities selected to join the Peer Cities Network convened by the Housing Solutions Lab at New York University's Furman Center. The partnership gave staff invaluable access to policy experts, researchers, and advocates around the country as we look to implement equitable and effective policies.
Within the past year, the Communications and Intergovernmental Relations Department has grown to add 5 additional team members, including a bilingual communications specialist. These qualified staff members have enhanced and improved the city's outreach as part of our overall goal to engage meaningfully with all members of our diverse community. As our community grows, the city knows it's important to utilize resources and provide services responsibly and reflect our community's interests. As part of this effort, our team facilitated a productive fly-in to Washington, D.C. in June. The trip gave city staff and council an opportunity to meet with elected officials and federal agencies to learn about funding opportunities and other programs that could benefit San Marcos. And as the city looks to allocate federal funding provided during the COVID-19 pandemic, the Communications Department contracted with Polco to launch the National Community Survey this past October. It covered everything from housing affordability and transportation to education and recreational opportunities. This was the first time in 6 years the City of San Marcos provided a comprehensive survey to residents, and we knew we couldn't do it alone. Our team partnered with a task force of trusted community members and organizations, including the Dunbar Heritage Association, the Indigenous Cultures Institute, the San Marcos Area Chamber of Commerce, San Marcos CISD, and Texas State University to develop and implement a robust outreach plan. It included installing flyers at local businesses in town and at public transit stations, sharing information on the Jumbotron during football games, and attending nearly 24 local events in the span of 2 weeks. We didn't just get feedback from the residents this year. The Communications Department also played a pivotal role in developing a survey that allowed city staff to share their input and experiences as employees. Nearly half of the city's workforce participated. The results are expected to strengthen the organization and improve recruitment and retention. Using some of the data collected, we've collaborated with Human Resources and expect to roll out a comprehensive recruitment campaign soon, focused on attracting the highest quality professionals to join the city team.
Like other departments, the city clerk's office has been through changes in the past year. A new records management specialist joined our team. Dedicated employees took on expanded responsibilities in new roles. And after 15 years of service to our community, I proudly took on the role of San Marcos City Clerk in August. In addition to handling City Council agendas, packets, and meetings, our team works hard to encourage civic engagement between members of our local government and the citizens we serve at public meetings, through boards and commissions, public information requests, and events such as a welcome reception for the new Texas State President, Kelly Davis. We also provide vitals and passport services in our office and facilitate proclamation honors for the many noteworthy events and organizations in San Marcos. This past year, We've assisted Mayor Houston in recognizing dozens of local groups and individuals with proclamations, such as celebrating the Price Center's 20th anniversary, St. John's 75th Annual Fiesta Weekend, and the Rotary Club's 100th anniversary of service to the community, just to name a few.
I'm honored to recognize the many members of our community that contribute so much to San Marcos. Over the past year, I've issued proclamations regarding the Greater Bethel Baptist Church's 139th anniversary, Twice Blessed Consignment Shop's 20th anniversary, and they have now donated $1 million to our community over those 20 years. First Methodist Church's 175th anniversary and multiple city employee retirements. Lineman Appreciation Day, Telecommunications Week, and most recently celebrating the service of Dr. Robert Galvan on his 100th birthday. The city is proud to support our local shops and restaurants through programs and incentives that promote economic diversification and development. This includes the Legacy Business Program, the Small Business Retention Incentive, and the Sustainable Resources Grant. This past year, we've launched a new partnership with BCL of Texas to offer local businesses free services to help them be successful. Next year, construction is expected to begin on an exciting project that will create jobs and new opportunities in the Texas Innovation Corridor. That's Hill Country Studios, which will be the largest film studio in Texas to date. The facility will include sound stages, production spaces, offices, and workshops. We're also excited that many other companies are interested in investing in San Marcos to address our future needs. Aside from these upcoming projects, construction throughout the city is helping to manage growth and improve our infrastructure for the future.
Despite challenges related to the COVID-19 pandemic, supply shortages, and aging infrastructure, the city's Engineering and Capital Improvements Department continues to focus on improving neighborhoods throughout San Marcos. In August, we hosted a grand reopening of Hopkins Street after completing major drainage improvements and enhanced safety features for pedestrians between Bishop and Moore Streets. Progress continues on the Blanco Riverine Flood Mitigation Project, which will protect homes in the Blanco Gardens neighborhood from future flood damage when it is completed in 2024. In just a few months, construction is expected to start on other flood protection measures, including the Midtown Drainage Improvements Project, an early warning system, and the installation of upgraded signs and barricades.
In April of last year, the San Marcos Regional Airport was named TxDOT's Reliever Airport of the Year. The award recognizes the importance of the San Marcos Regional Airport in the national airspace system and highlights the impact our local airport businesses have on the Texas economy. The award comes as the San Marcos Regional Airport logged a record-breaking 91,000 takeoff and landing operations last year. We expect the trend to continue, and we're planning for growth with a reconstruction project currently underway to enhance safety and usability of Taxiway Charlie. With help from an FAA grant, the project will upgrade lights, signage, and markings, and completely replace the pavement on the airport's most used taxiway. That's not the only construction happening at the airport. Late last year, the San Marcos Fire Department broke ground on a new training facility that will simulate high-hazard events and allow firefighters to practice new techniques in a safe setting.
In addition to the training facility at the airport, the San Marcos Fire Department is looking forward to expanding. The city has purchased property at Martin Luther King Drive and LBJ Drive that will be the home of an upgraded Station 1. In just a few weeks, we expect to host a grand opening for Station 6, and we will also be adding a Station 7 to serve the northern parts of San Marcos in the coming years. The growth of our department mirrors the growth of our community, with the department receiving 9,000 calls for service last year. On top of that, our team spent nearly 50 hours at dozens of public events to educate our community and keep San Marcos safe. Our Fire Prevention Division was recognized for their efforts, winning the 2022 Fire Safety Award for the Apartment Inventory and Inspection Program, and Chief Stevens made San Marcos proud when he was named Fire Chief of the Year by the Texas Fire Chiefs Association.
Like the San Marcos Fire Department, the Emergency Management Department works year-round to keep our community safe. In recognition of National Preparedness Month in September, we collaborated to share important tips with San Marcos families in English and Spanish that will help them plan their response to emergencies and natural disasters. We've also continued our work with COAD, or Community Organizations Active in Disasters. The group of local businesses, nonprofits, and organizations helps provide a link between residents and important resources available in the community. Our team knows that safety in schools and at public events is top of mind. Alongside local first responders, school districts, and other emergency management teams, we participated in an active attack scenario, joined a countywide reunification exercise and training, and practiced evacuation drills at several local campuses, including San Marcos CISD and Texas State University.
In 2022, the San Marcos Police Department focused on addressing a rise in violent crime through intelligence-led policing. Our strategy included revamping the downtown unit and establishing the Crime Reduction Unit and the Violent Criminal Apprehension Team, also known as VICAT. Our efforts paid off, with San Marcos seeing violent crime go down in the last quarter of 2022 and the year ending with 0 reported homicides for the first time since 2014. In the next year, we're looking forward to continued progress with the addition of an embedded mental health clinician who will serve as a co-responder with our department's mental health unit to help officers identify solutions during crisis situations. We'd also like to recognize members of our team who logged significant achievements in 2022. Detective Claudia Cormier passed her qualifiers and returned to work without restrictions in November. She lost a leg after she was hit by a driver while responding to a 911 call in 2019 and has spent the last 3 years in physical therapy. In addition to the many dedicated men and women like Detective Cormier on our force, there are 60 volunteers who gave 2,500 hours of their time last year to support SMPD and our community. Their hard work helped us with several successful events, including our 50th year of bringing holiday joy to families through the Blue Santa program. This year, we were able to distribute toys to more than 1,000 children from 345 families in San Marcos, plus 6 charitable youth organizations in our community.
As the weather gets warmer and more people head to our parks and natural areas, the City Marshal's Office is stepping up efforts to keep everyone safe. With the addition of 5 full-time deputy marshals and a new motors unit, including 2 electric motorcycles, park rangers can access our green spaces easier and more efficiently. We're also working to make it easier to enjoy everything San Marcos has to offer. In November, the Transit Division of our Public Works Department launched a new pilot program called the Get Around Downtown. The purpose of the fully electric vehicle is to provide a safe ride for employees, residents, and visitors to get from businesses in the downtown area to their vehicle. In its first 3 months, the shuttle service provided 1,300 free rides. We look forward to seeing how many more riders use this electric cab as the pilot program continues. Get Around Downtown is one of the many new programs and services the team launched last year. Let's hear about others.
As our community grows, so does the need for the services we provide at the San Marcos Regional Animal Shelter. We saw more than 4,200 animals come into our shelter last year, and we're proud to report that we were able to achieve a 92% live outcome rate by finding temporary or permanent homes for 4,000 pets. We continue progress towards the Positive Outcomes Implementation Plan, and we've added critical positions to help meet needs. That includes our first ever on-site veterinarian, which will help expand the surgeries and quality of care we're able to offer for pets in our facility. In the past year, we collaborated with over 100 rescue partners across the state, and we're looking forward to continued partnerships with our supportive community through adoption and fundraising events with local businesses such as the Tap Room, The Porch, and Brookdale.
In August, San Marcos Utilities launched the Outage Management System, which allows our customers to view electric service outages and restoration updates in real time. This system proved to be useful when an ice storm caused outages across our area this January. That same month, we updated our department website to improve navigation and the overall customer experience. Our San Marcos Surface Water Treatment Plant received the Texas Optimization Program Award from the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. We were just one of 6 facilities across the state to receive this prestigious award, which recognizes the quality of water we provide to our customers. We ended the year by kicking off our inaugural heater drive. Through a partnership with Community Action Inc. of Central Texas and the Salvation Army San Marcos, we were able to distribute 40 heaters to help keep members of our community warm during the cold winter months.
The Neighborhood Enhancement Department has several divisions that all work to provide programs and services to San Marcos residents. Last fall, Texas's Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children, popularly known as WIC, launched a new app that allows clients to schedule appointments, upload documents, and review benefits. We've gotten feedback from members of our community who say the app has made it easier to access the resources they need. This year, our code compliance team created a new partnership with SMCISD parent liaisons and a truancy case manager to provide essentials to families within the school district. Through the partnership, we were able to donate a washer and dryer to a family so that their kids could go to school in clean clothes. Dozens of others have also received assistance thanks to generous members of our community who gave new or gently used household items to our donation warehouse.
Other rewarding partnerships with the San Marcos Housing Authority, Texas State University, and Operation Triage, which is a nonprofit organization serving local veterans, allowed our team to play key roles in identifying neighbors in need through the completion of the Homeless Needs Assessment, providing emergency housing vouchers to members of our community without a place to stay, and trimming trees, building a fence, and making other repairs for local veterans. And of course, there are countless volunteers who help with cleanup events throughout the year to help keep San Marcos beautiful. These ongoing collaborations between city staff, individuals, and organizations lead us to rewarding recreational opportunities throughout our community and will help us highlight our history and enrich our culture for years to come.
The San Marcos Public Library would not be able to offer the hundreds of programs patrons enjoy every year without the help of valued community partners and the volunteers that contributed a combined 3,000 hours to the library this year. That includes the San Marcos Kiwanis Club, whose generous donation allowed the city to provide 131 free summer reading program events to more than 9,000 local children. Workforce Solutions of Central Texas, who offer classes to polish resumes and obtain certifications, and Community Action, who organize career training and GED preparation. There are also many departments at Texas State University that provide philosophy dialogues, musical concerts, and informative programs on all kinds of topics. Members of our community will also benefit from improvements at the library thanks to the city's Information Technology Department. They supported much-needed upgrades to outdated processes, which included installing a new kiosk that will allow patrons to pay for prints and other fees with a credit card option. You may also recognize some members of the IT team. We were proud to help them put on a successful event in November that showcased the city's geographic information system and encouraged kids to develop their GIS skills and get involved by completing a scavenger hunt and building their own maps of the library.
The San Marcos Activity Center has long been a hub of activities and events for our community. This past year, it reached a milestone as we celebrated the facility's 25th anniversary in June with a day full of free admission, tours, contests, and exercise class demos. We also completed upgrades at the facility to improve lighting and security measures. In December, Jamie Lee Case was selected as the city's first ever female director of Parks and Recreation. She has dedicated more than 12 years of service to San Marcos, and we're looking forward to her leadership as we continue to enhance services to our community. We know it's important to embrace our history and its contributions to our community's vibrant culture. Last year, the San Marcos City Council voted to approve the renaming of the San Marcos Rec Hall in honor of Pauline Espinoza. She was a trailblazer among Mexican American women and a champion of community stewardship, known for providing jobs and credit to her neighbors, donating food, and supporting local farmers.
The City of San Marcos is fortunate to have many neighborhoods and iconic features that add rich historic value to the city's heritage. In January, the city kicked off a process to nominate 2 of them for the National Register of Historic Places, the Dunbar Historic District and the Dunbar School Home Economics Building. Grants made this process possible. The project will utilize information collected from previous research and public feedback to support preserving these spaces and the important role they continue to play in San Marcos' culture.
Art, culture, and history are entwined in the spirit of San Marcos. Following years of work and a delay caused by the pandemic, a new art installation was unveiled at Raymond Lucio Park in July. Guardians of the San Marcos River consists of 6 panels with work designed by more than 750 local high school students. It tells the creation story of some of San Marcos' first inhabitants. To make it easier for residents and visitors to enjoy all of the art in our community, the Convention and Visitor Bureau launched SMTXarts.com this past year. It includes resources for creators, information about events, and a public arts map. We've also made it easier for everyone to experience what San Marcos has to offer. Last spring, Main Street installed pedestrian signage and worked with Public Works to enhance safety and comfort with updated landscaping and connectivity along South LBJ Drive. All our hard work earned us recognition from the Texas Downtown Association and the Texas Association of Convention and Visitor Bureaus.
This past year in San Marcos has been one full of growth. As you can see, we're committed to listening to the needs and values of the people who call San Marcos home. We've worked with many dedicated residents, community partners, nonprofit organizations, and businesses to keep our community strong. Together, we'll continue to make our city great. Give yourself a round of applause for what you do. I thank you, the council thanks you, the citizens of San Marcos, we all thank you for what you do.